Hey, what's up, everybody? Back again with the Hudson. It's been raining, it's a little cold out here, so today we're gonna work inside the shop. Come on. All right, so today we've been working on the Hudson here and there. We decided to make some side skirts. From scratch. I had some side skirts hanging around, I don't know, from an odd vehicle. They were given to me and I had them put away. And then I just thought, hey man, what if I could turn those side skirts and make them fit into this, you know? It's very hard to find pieces for this, to tell you the truth. So I just decided to go and, you know, do a little mock-up and make some side skirts. Something a little different, you know? So I had to, you know, do a lot of work to it, but I wanted to fit flush. They usually go over. I wanted these ones to fit flush. I have a dent here, so I need to pull that out so I could get this side to be flushed as well. But I think it gives the car just a little more lower profile look, you know, once it's on there. So I still need to do the other side, and that's where I'll bring you guys along so you guys can check it out. So with this one, I have it mocked up in the back. I'm gonna take a measurement of like where I think I want it. You know, just looking at it and thinking, you know, more what's likely. So if you look, we're probably a little short. We're short on top a little bit. Maybe about 1.5 inches, maybe an inch. So we're gonna need to mark it, and what's left over, cut that piece and weld it to the top. And well, here, let's just go ahead and mark it and we'll see once we get there. Mark this all the way around. Get it from here all the way around. Okay, let's take this down. As you can see, I don't know if you could pick it up, but I marked it. This is what we have to take off. And over here as well. We got to take that off, and then we have to add a little piece on top so we can get the full coverage of the side skirt. But in order to do that, here, let's go over here to the table and then we can see what's going on. In order to do that, I want to try to keep these regular stock mounts. Look at them, I think that would be dope if we could unlock it still and keep these hinges so we could lock it in on both sides. So I think we should drill those out and go from there. Let's try to, yeah. Be afraid to pound it. This one's being tough. Just grind out a little bit more. Now, as much as we can, gotta be careful. Damn, now that one gave us some trouble, for sure. All right, guys, what we're doing now is we're gonna cut this edge off, and then, because we're gonna need to save this lip so we can re-weld it on there. I marked down already where we need to cut it, but we gotta cut this lip out first before we cut the rest out, because we need to save this because we're gonna reuse this lip. Let's do that real quick. Try to get it as close as possible on the edge so that way we have enough where we could grind down as well too. Just finish this side up over here. That's it. We want to save that. That's the lip that we're going to use once we put this sheet metal out. Alright, so as you can see, I made some lines on the thing of where we need to cut out. So that's what we're going to cut out now. But the way I found best to cut this out is we'll use the air cutter. We'll cut the sides out right here, and then we'll use some old-fashioned, just some snippers, and we'll go ahead and cut it, and it cuts it pretty straight. So that way it's way faster. I don't know. This works for me. You always want to make sure you get that cut right, you know, get that perfect fitment. That's why I don't like really cutting it with the blade, because it leaves a gap, you know? It does leave a gap. And with the snippers, you get it as tight as possible. Okay. Let's see what we got now. Okay, it's more like it. Yeah. All right, man, we gotta add that little lip on top. And yeah, let's add that little lip on top. It's probably like an inch, maybe not even that. But make sure they're flush on the bottom of where you want them. Of where you think they should sit. I think flush here, little lip here where it kind of goes down. And there you go. You know, like I said, a little bit grinding when you're done, but it should be there. Okay, man, let's add a little lip. going in. A little sliver. So we'll go ahead and finish welding that up. We'll cut the sides. We'll grind down this lip and we'll start tacking it and bending it as we go, as we tack it along. So that way we still get all the functions of everything of how it was before, but how we need it now. And I'm sure everybody has their own way of making their own side skirts. It's just that this was what I had, and this was easier for me than to go spend, I don't know, $700 and something. And why? If I could just make them, you know? Get in there, guys. All right, guys. So, finished tacking it down. Let's turn this off. Yeah, we finished tacking it down. And we got that lip on there like we wanted. All the way around. I left these cut out pieces so that way we could still add on the stock hinges so it could hold on to the car. The stock ones, so that way it holds on to the car. So I left that on there so that way we have enough room to do all that. But there you go, guys. I mean, she's tacked right now. Like I said, we just bent it all the way around. You know, relief cut some bends here and there, but the end product and the result will be something like this. You know, this still needs some work. I need to fill it in and, you know, get this good shape of it and all, but yeah. I think I added these strips so it could catch the inside of the lip when I hook it on, you know, and then I self-tap these right now, but I'm gonna weld the hinges on as well. But if you pull this out, yeah, so pull it out, here, let me see. Pull it out and down, you get the room that you need to unhook it. Pick it up, over the lip, and then it should hook on, which will hold on to the car as it goes. And then this will also hold on as the top lips for the skirt itself. So, I still need to get some tabs in there so I can weld these holes in, but it's just a little mock-up. But as you can tell, these little things, lips here, will catch the top. They all will lock in once I get these things fitted in there, and it should hold on to itself. Once I lock it in, real good. Something like that. I gotta weld some little tabs in there onto the car itself with a hole that catches those hooks on each side. So that way it's solid in there and it won't go nowhere with that lock. And then we could easy access the lock from here and yank it down and you could take it off. So think of the car in there with a hole It's gonna hold on to the plate itself, the side skirt. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Like I said, you could buy them. Hopefully you find a good pair. But I figured, I had these extra pair laying around. I figured, hey man, let's go ahead and just make some. Instead of spending, I think I found some for like 760 something bucks for the 2 side ones. And I was like, hold up. I know I have some and I know I could do it. I got a welder. Yeah, so like I said, it got to look ugly before it looks pretty. So I'll get it just right. We'll let it down with some fiber, we'll primer it, lay down some fiberglass, get it to how we want it smooth, and some body filler and whatnot, make it smooth as we can. And there you go, man. We got some side skirts. Remember, it's a 1938 Hudson. You know, yeah, so it's a 112 to be exact, a 1938 Hudson 112. So yeah, I mean, we're getting there little by little, but she will come out looking good. Remember, guys, and they're homemade.
They're homemade, huh?
We make them